Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. This is Rami, and I am extremely sorry for not being able to keep you updated on anything. Actually, in the past few months, in a live video blog, I haven't really been able to do any video blog in the past few months. I've been stuck in few issues that I'm trying to work out. A lot of things related to Syria and the charity work that we're doing right now. It is in a phase of a situation right now that we need to figure out what exactly we have to do next year. But actually, I felt the urgency to talk to you guys about 3 points today. Very emotional stuff. It really hit me really deep, and I felt the urgency to share my thoughts with you guys. Today, I woke up on a very horrific news that I have heard over the media, talking about a tragedy that took place in Finland, in Porvoo, Finland. A man or a father kidnapped his child, 3-year-old child, and stabbed that child to death after he severely abused that child until the police intervened and stopped him by force. And that is something I feel extremely stressful to really know that there are some people capable of doing such horrific stuff to their own flesh and blood. This is something beyond imagination. I mean, just yesterday, Sunday, we've celebrated Father's Day here in Finland, and all fathers in Finland have been treated so well by their kids, giving them gifts, postcards designed to them in their daycares, and pretty much praised. And this father goes on and kill that child of his own flesh and blood. How can someone be so twisted in being able to take his own child right there, helpless, defenseless, and stab him to death, or stab that child to death? This is something to me beyond imagination. I can't really cope with that at all. I can't really understand how could someone really do that. I value life so much. I treasure my kids so much, and I couldn't even, bear the thought of someone fall down and hurt their knee or something. And let alone, watching them dying. But on top of that, goes on and kill your own child. This is something beyond, really. So my heart and my prayers goes to the family of the child, and I am utterly, upset. And I hope this twisted ass, I'm not gonna say a bad word here, gets a life, gets something really he deserves. And cases like these makes me really believe again in death penalty. There is no justice that can be given to that child or to the child family out of this criminal, other than death penalty. To be really frank, and I'm pro-life. I don't like speaking out of no knowledge at all. But there is nothing that justifies this act. Nothing at all. Not even mental insanity. He's a French guy, as far as we know. And my hearts and my thoughts and prayers goes to the family in Porvoo. I really, I'm sorry for that loss of yours. Second point I'd like to talk about, like you've all probably heard and watched the news, that there is a massive earthquake hit Iran and hit also the north of Iraq and Kurdistan area, Erbil, and some parts of Kuwait heard and felt that earthquake. This 3 minutes long, or less than 3 minutes long, earthquake killed over 600 people in just less than 3 minutes. Imagine the amount of wrath that could God Almighty really impose on us if we behave in a way that He feels that we are astray from the path. This is a horrific example of what could happen to us. In just a little short of time. You could just be sitting all in peace in your own home, and all of a sudden, earth starts to shake under you, and you lose everything, everybody who you love and you held dear. So again, like I said, I'm a pro-life. I have seen enough death in Syria, and I value every single life that is existing on this earth, regardless of what race and ethnic and religion they are. I also feel sorry for the lost lives that went off yesterday, last night, and they're still digging up people, so the number could rise and could even double. So my hearts and prayers as well goes to the people in Iran and Iraq and also Kurdistan, and I pray for those lost lives as well. So my third point is today. Actually, today Russia goes on a airstrike rampage again, bombarding West Aleppo to the ground, completely to the ground. They have targeted a public market. There are people who has been shopping some vegetables, some things for their kids, some for their schools. This local market was busy with people. This airstrikes, it took about 6 airstrikes on that particular market, killing, so far we've got a confirmed death of over 53 people. 53 people and over 100 injured. And these live pictures that we get every day, every minute from Syria, from my people on the ground, it's horrific. I can't really post these pictures, you know, from body parts scattered here and there. This is insane. Insane in the sense that Russia can still get away with war crime after war crime, war crime after war crime in Syria without any type of ramifications, without any type of responsibility. Take at all from the international community. This is something beyond reason. This is something unacceptable for us to really allow that type of atrocities to continue. How long we could really let Russia steer the wheel of death inside Syria? We must understand that Russia is a war criminal regime. They have killed so much people. Over 3 years, the Russian military campaign has lasted inside Syria under the pretext of war against terrorism. I mean, this is bollocks. I mean, nobody really buys that. You know, there is no terrorists in Atarib today. The market where people were shopping, they were all civilians. What on earth? What terrorists are you guys exactly thinking of bombing? This is insane. I've wrote previously in a post of mine the reasons behind Russia wanting to really force the opposition. I mean, they've held talks in Geneva 8 just about a few weeks ago, ended up without any resolutions, without any results whatsoever. Russia wants to impose its own will along with whatever Assad's will wants to be to preserve Assad and his regime and his power and allow him to continue for another 4 years. This is unacceptable. And they want to force the opposition to sign for that proposal. And the opposition felt the injustice in these offers that were offered by a war criminal regime, Russia and Assad. They cannot really take that. So they have not signed the agreement, and Russia, when they felt the situation running out of control, they immediately suggested to the opposition that we are going to further talk about this in a separate summit in Sochi next month in Russia without any international supervision at all in this Sochi summit next month. So we will talk about the results of the future of Syria. How could you exactly expect Syrians to sit with the killer and expect good results out of that? It's impossible. Russians' hands are bloody. Iranian regimes are bloody. Assad regime is bloody. We can't make a deal with these people, but we are urging the international community to step in and force, one way or another, Russian government to really accept some time of compromise that could ensure the millions of Syrians who are living outside the control of Assad regime to live in peace somehow, to at least have a day without killing. This is what bothers me the most, and I just don't know. It pushes us, the activists, to be depressed, to be losing hope. But I am pro-life, like I told you. I am I am always optimistic, and I have great faith in my people on the ground who are resisting and who are fighting for their life day in and day out. And we cannot let them down. We cannot abandon them. We need to keep